So, in the last lesson, we looked at how to syncopate the right hand against the very clear 1, 2, 3, 4 static bass line in the left hand. On this lesson, we're going to look at ninth chords. Why look at ninth chords? Well, ninth chords sound sexy. Ninth chords are slightly more complicated chords, and they're very bluesy and jazzy. So to do this, we need to look at adding the ninth. What is the ninth? Okay, so we're going to go back to our scale, and we're going to play a scale of C again, and we're going to number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, the C at the top could be 8 or 1 because it repeats itself. If we go a little bit further this time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 9 is a D. Okay. Now, that D is also a 2, because if we go 1, 2, that's a D. So what's the difference? Well, a little bit of basic maths. What's the difference between 9 and 2? 7, I hear you cry. The 7th is the difference between a ninth chord and a second. Let me show you how that works quickly. So a chord of C, like that. A chord of C2, that is C with an added second, is this. Okay. Now you'll get that all over the place with pop music particularly. You get a lot of things with. So that's a nice chord of C2. Okay. C9 also includes the 7th. So if you remember what the 7th was from C, so it's the B flat. So we've got C plus a B flat, and then the 9th plus a D. So that's 5 notes. That's a lot to get in, given that you've only got 4 fingers and a thumb. So what we're going to do is reduce that a little bit by not playing the root. So we're going to leave out the C, because that's going to be played on the left hand down here. See, down there. So that gives us, if we build it up from the beginning, you've got C, E, G, that's the root 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th, but we're going to leave out the root. So it's a nice chord there. And if we put that together with our left hand pattern, see what that sounds like. And back to the syncopation. Really bluesy. Okay, so I'll just build that chord up again. So you've got the root, the 3rd, and the 5th. You've got the 7th up here. I'm going to do it in this way to show you in what we call the root position. So there's the 7th, and then the 9th is there. Okay, root, 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th. And all we're doing is playing the 7th and the 9th down an octave here. Okay, so taking those two and putting them down there. So then we have to move to F, F9. How does that work? Well, let's just put our left hand here for a minute on this F. We're not going to actually leave it there. We're going to play the F pattern down here eventually, but we'll just keep it there for a minute to show where we are. And then we're going to build this chord up starting on the 3rd. So the 3rd is A, and then the 5th is C. Can you remember what the 7th was of F? That's the E flat. And then the 9th. Now the 9th is going to be the same as the 2nd. If you look at F, that's the G. There's the root, so it's the one next to it. 1, 2. So we need a G, but we're going to use that G there. We'll take away the root, and we're left with 4 notes. The 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, and the 9th. There's your F9 chord. Okay? Now, this is going to take you a little while to get your head around, so I suggest that you play this video again several times until you've got it, and then practice these chords. So F9. Back to C9. What you want ultimately is not to have to work out the notes bit by bit, but to be confident where they are and to be able to go to them straight away. So if we do that, C9 and then F9 and back to C9. F9 back to C9. Now we come to G. So with G, we're going to use exactly the same as we did with F, the same technique. We'll start with a G there, but only temporarily. And then we're going to build the chord from here. So the chord is there, 1, 2, 3, G, B, D. And then we want the 7th. If you remember the 7th, 2 semitones down from the root, which is that one there, the F. And then the 9th. The 9th is the next note up from the root, which is, there's the root, G. So it's the 2nd there, which is A. So we're going to do the A there. Okay, that gives us our G9 chord if we put the root in the bass. And then down to the F. Now, going right back to what I said at the beginning, the G and the F are next to each other. So you can just move down here. The only thing you have to remember is that this has to be flattened. Right, the 7th is the flattened one, so it's the E flat, not the E. So you can move from there to there. You might want to just practice going over those two together like that. So it's like you slide everything down one and then flatten that one. And then back to C. We're going to try this with the backing track. Here we go. This is just straight at the moment. In a minute we'll do it with a syncopation as well. Go again with the syncopation. So that's ninths for you. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to put that into the left hand.